Hello, welcome to Temple Baptist Church, Poplar, Bluff, Missouri. Glad to be with you for a short devotional. We are going to be in 1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 20. Again, I encourage you to read chapter 6, verses 12 through 20. But, just of a time restraint, sometimes it's just better just to read one verse. And it says, "For you are bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your bodies and in your spirits, which are God." Now, I don't know who all I'm speaking to this morning. I don't know who's listening, but perhaps you or a family member have served in the United States Armed Forces, and you know what it's like to fight and defend for the freedom of the nation that we enjoy. Doing that, I have people today that are defending our freedom still in harm's way, and you may even have. You may be aware of the fact that freedom is never free, is it? Freedom costs something, doesn't it? And so what Paul is saying in these verses, Paul is instructing the Corinthian church about the true nature of Christian freedom. Now we hear a lot about that today. Well, I'm saved by grace, so I can do what I want to do. No, you can't. You're saved by grace, and we need to follow the instructions of the Lord. But they were influenced a lot by the pagan cultures and the philosophies of that time, and the Corinthians tended to separate physical and spiritual matters. They want to do that, even in justifying the sexual immorality on the basis of Christian freedom. They're saying, well, we're free from this law, no longer under law, so we're free. We're free to do what we want to, and Paul wants the Corinthians to know that what that believed was possible was not necessarily beneficial to them. Just because you believe you can do it, don't mean it's beneficial to you, does it? Paul emphasizes to me in Corinthians, in his letters to Corinth, and this first letter here, he's the physical, separating the physical and the spiritual nature of following Christ. Let's do that. Jesus' sacrifice has provided freedom from sin and its consequences, but let me put this big but in there, not freedom to sin. It frees us from sin, but not freedom to sin. The truth in our bodies, the truth is that our bodies belong to Jesus Christ because He bought them through His sacrifice on the cross. He paid the ultimate price for our freedom from the devastation of sin. And how are we glorifying God with our bodies? You're bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your bodies and in your spirits, which are God's. Let's look more like Jesus. Let's realize that freedom is never free. Yes, we're free to do what we choose, but what are the consequences of the choices we make? Come and be a part of our services here at Temple. We meet on Sunday morning. Our first service is at 8 o'clock. We have Sunday school classes beginning at 9. Then our second service begins at 10 on Sunday morning. And then we have Sunday night services at 6, Wednesday night at 7. If you like us on Facebook, just give us a thumbs up. If you don't like us, give us a thumbs down. Just let us know you're watching. May God bless you is our prayer.